Hello and welcome to MahzouniProductions. Today we will be flying with the new Air France Airbus A350 from Toronto Pearson International Airport to Charles De Gaulles, Paris. I hope I pronounced it right, but let's get on with this flight review.
I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go.
So lucky for us, we did not have to go through this monstrosity and mess of a check-in line. We checked in online and just breezed through the security. There was no one there. It was pretty much empty. Wow, that's a lot of people. So we really underestimated the amount of lines and time it would take to get through all the way to our gate, and it was 3 p.m. and our flight leaves at 6:25. So we had a bunch of time to kill, so we mainly walked around Toronto Pearson, did a little bit of plane spotting, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go. Through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays.
So once it came close to our boarding time, it was around 5:25 p.m., we went to our gate, C35, which is right at the corner of Toronto Pearson's Terminal 3. But, lucky for us, the plane didn't even show up yet, and typically, these type of airlines board about an hour before the designated takeoff time. So, it got quite boring. Finally, the plane showed up, maybe 15-20 minutes late, but that does not matter to me at all because wow, this is one good looking plane. It's the first ever A350 that Air France received, and it's about 3 years old to this day. It was finally time to board. It was around 6:40 p.m. so it's not that bad of a delay, and yeah, so it might have taken us a while to get on the plane. First of all, we were at the back of the plane, and there's a lot of people on this flight. Like, it was very fully booked. quite popular destination around the summer, so it makes sense. But the back. Last one's in and last one's out, and I think everybody knows how bad the back is, so yeah. So the economy class in Air France is very good. They have a standard tray table for you to eat on, nothing too special about it. It does have a cup holder on the back, which may be different or new compared to other planes. The legroom is pretty good, actually very good. Nothing wrong with it. I'm 180 centimeters and it worked perfectly fine for me. It had a decent amount of space to store your stuff. It came with a nice pillow. It was actually pretty good quality compared to some other cheap ones I've used. It came with a nice soft blanket. The only thing I could complain on is that the blanket was a little short, so it didn't cover everything, but it was not too much of a big deal. I was completely fine with it. The headphones were standard, pretty much the average headphone you can get on a airline. It was a good seat. It came with cleaning supplies, a COVID safety kit. Not that you really need one these days, but just to be safe. It was a pretty good seat. The windows were actually very large on this plane, so it had a spectacular view. Honestly, there's not much to complain about the seat. It's a good economy class seat compared to any other one I've had. I highly rate it. It's a fairly new plane. Something special about the A350 is that it has cameras, so you can literally watch your whole flight, which is pretty interesting. It was fun for me. I've never experienced an A350, so yeah, it was a pretty great experience to be able to watch your own flight. Finally, probably the part you all were waiting for, the food. I actually really enjoyed this meal. It was quite tasty. It came with chicken, gravy, and some mashed potatoes, a nice curry salad, delicious raspberry cheesecake, butter, warm bread. It was not cold at all. It was warm and soft, and some cheese, a water bottle, and a glass or cup of juice. Okay, so the food was honestly absolutely delicious. Credits to Air France. Wow, that is some good food for being on an airplane. The salad, highly recommended if you get it. It was delicious. The chicken is warm, it's delicious, it's perfectly flavored. The cake, wow, the cheesecake, honestly a highlight. Super delicious. You can't really say much about bread. I mean, it's bread, but it was warm and soft. But wow, that cheesecake and salad were delicious. I cannot compliment it enough. It was amazing. I would rate this meal probably 9.5 out of 10. Delicious. I also got to try out another one of the two meals, which was just plain spaghetti with red sauce. And I mean it's nothing special. It's spaghetti and red sauce. So like I would give it a 5 out of 10. It was still good, but I highly prefer the chicken mashed potato meal. And yeah, just forget the pasta, just go for the good chicken meal unless you're a picky eater. So I actually asked for seconds on this meal because it was delicious, and Air France kindly gave me a second plate. I actually got a third plate of chicken, some extra cake. You can literally ask for more. I recommend asking for more if you're hungry. They will gladly say yes. They have extra food, and even on this fully booked flight, so you gotta do that. It's getting dark, which means it's time to review the in-flight entertainment system. It's better than a lot of airlines I've been on, but honestly fairly standard. It has fairly new movies, but I do give credit to the amount of selections they have. It's way more than a lot of other airlines. I mean, a lot of airlines don't even have an in-flight entertainment system, so I guess you could give the bonus to Air France for even having one, but it was pretty standard. So it's supposed to be a 7-hour and 30-minute flight with the A350, and we were about 3 to 4 hours in, just passing St. John's, getting close on Iceland, not too close, maybe an hour or two away, but it was dark, which means it's time to go to bed. Good morning from the Air France A350. The breakfast is out, so let's check that out. Air France's breakfast is one of the most high quality breakfasts I've been given on an airline, and it sets a pretty high standard. It has a nice French touch to it and comes in a well presented way with a mini boutique bag. It comes with yogurt, blueberry in particular for me, a juice box, I received apple, a room temperature bread roll, which comes with strawberry jam, cream cheese, and butter. It was a well put together breakfast, not too much involved with it, but the presentation is what matters. And to be honest, I was way too full from the dinner to even eat this breakfast. I actually saved it for later and ate it on my connecting flight. Unfortunately, we have reached the end of our flight, but I cannot be unhappy with it. This was one of the best flights I've been on. They have wonderful staff, wonderful food, wonderful seats, especially for economy. I highly rate this airline. We paid $1,065 for this each, and it was worth the money. We're actually connecting in Paris to Stockholm, so make sure to watch the next video from Paris to Stockholm. But once again, Air France A350, wonderful flight, wonderful airline. Their hospitality is amazing. They actually gave us extra snacks from the back, and wow, those French treats are amazing. But oh my god, I am so full from this flight. I would rate this flight a 9.5 out of 10, highly rated. Make sure to fly Air France if you're going to Paris. Thank you for watching this video, I really appreciate it, and make sure to watch our next one, Paris to Stockholm, Air France A320. Have a great day, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, goodbye.